You know, you understand that the Lord specifically, purposely used Esau, man. That's all he's doing. He's using these so-called white people, man, to what? Get to his main prize, right? His people.
His people.
That's it.
See, that's why it's twofold. I was going to take a nation that's no people, but we know that's contradiction because he said Esau can't be saved. So when he's saying that, at that time in Paul's lifetime, he was actually talking about us being heathens, Israelites living in a Gentile state of mind. We were no people. I mean, we're being. The
scriptures even say, in Matthew, the Lord even said, "Hey, if a man will not hear thee, I'll let him be as a publican or a heathen."
Exactly.
So Malachi 1:1 says, "The burden of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, said the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau, and laid his mountains and his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness."
Dragons.
Yeah, how's the Lord gonna love somebody whom he raised up to be his sword to ultimately, at the end of this thing, burn his ass up, man, to never be a nation? To never be a nation. That's basically what's gonna happen to these Edomites, man. They're gonna go from the proudest to thinking they're the greatest and having the earth as their possession to not even being a nation no more in existence. The spirits are gonna remain and they can come back as other nations. But the nation,
too much meat, brother.
but the nation of Esau, it ain't gonna exist, man. After he serves that period of 1,000 years of slavery, Esau ain't gonna exist no more, man. You got something to say?
I was just gonna say, which proves that the punishment that we got is gonna be far worse than the punishment that Esau served. That's gonna serve, man. It's gonna be far worse.
Double and then extinction.
That's why in Malachi said, "Wherein hast thou loved us?" Because they're catching hell, just like we're catching hell now. But he said he hated Esau, so what he's gonna do to Esau is gonna be far worse, man. It's gonna be greater.
Yeah, well, the Lord even said so himself that basically the little bit that he scorned us was nothing, was but a little thing, right?
Light affliction.
So basically, what the hell that we had to catch in slavery and now is basically like a walk in the park for what these devils and these other nations are gonna have waiting for them.
And he did that as a punishment, like he says in Baruch. He said he didn't do it to kill us. He did it as a punishment. So he's gonna do it to kill Esau, man. He's literally gonna put him in slavery to kill his ass.
Malachi 1:4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness.
Yeah, and the desolate places he built was the Roman Empire. He built it back up as America. And as Britain, running it through Britain and Italy. Okay? And he got on top through Greek, as Alexander Greek. That was their time of rulership. That's when the kingdom was given to Esau. And then he did a spin-off, an offshoot through the Romans. All right, and then around 70 AD, I believe, or 170 AD, Septimius Severus, and the Holy Roman Empire was on the rise, right, through Septimius Severus. Okay, that's when the Most High allowed that you could have the Christian era. When Christianity came on the scene, but our people, when they got the kingdom, they didn't do right with it either.
They were wicked.
Yeah, they did wicked. That was a short season that we had it too.
And then during the Renaissance period, mid 1300s, that's when Esau came back in power.
Yeah. So he rebuilt the desolate places.
Yeah, from the Greco-Roman times. It says in Malachi 1:4, whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and a people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
Yeah, so he can't be the Gentiles of salvation. So if the Lord ain't gonna do Esau no justice, then he can't be saved. That goes for the other nations too. They can't be the Gentiles, because then that'll be a distinction right there. You have to make a distinction. And he have to say, I'm not gonna save Esau, but I'm gonna save the other nations. But then you got cats out there, they say that Cornelius was actually an Edomite. When you hear Roman centurion, you think of an Edomite. So that's what they're lapsing on. That's what they
Septimius Severus was a Roman. He was emperor of Rome for a period of time. He's an Israelite.
Yep. And
so just because they say a Roman centurion, that doesn't automatically make him an Edomite.
When you fill out your application, you put African American, but then you know you're an Israelite. Not saying I do that, I'm saying people in general, the people that's thinking that Gentiles can be saved, something the Israelites so-called circumcision. When you go through your day of life knowing that people got the stigma of you of being a black man, but you're not really black, you're an Israelite.
Yeah, well, same thing with Joseph when he became a governor in Egypt. He was a citizen of Egypt. He was a governor over Egypt, but he wasn't Egyptian. He was an Israelite. Yeah, Moses too. So there's plenty of examples, right?
There's many examples, but they ain't gonna go through the process of that, breaking it down like that.
It's been spiritually blinded or out of ignorance.
Yeah, and then sluggardness. It's a sluggardness thing, too. Well, it bases all at the end of the day it's the Most High, because really, you know what I'm saying. The scripture too says it's not given to the mighty either. So no matter how mighty you are, too.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's the border of wickedness right there. So wherever Esau is dwelling, man, expect death, calamities, diseases. Expect your children to be poisoned, vaccinated. Watch your boys around you too, your young little boys if you got boys, because he's the border of wickedness, and he's gonna be doing witchcraft. He's deceptive. He's gonna be doing. He's just the devil, man. He's a perfect devil. Then he's gonna try to convince your people with what? A humble spirit. He's gonna come to you as a sheep in wolf's clothing, right? A wolf in sheep clothing. I'm sorry, it's lucky. A wolf in sheep clothing. That's how he got all the Latin tribes, man, with that meekness, man. Why he's stabbing you in the back, but he's telling you Jesus Christos, and he loved everybody, and God loved the world. And this is what Jesus is gonna do for you. But when you look at the white man's track record in his past, all he's been doing was killing you. All he's been doing was destroying you. And I got to ask, how you gonna have a white God anyway, man? You got to scratch your head on that. But a gift destroyeth the heart. Simply because he enslaved your people and knocked off your ancestors and whipped the Hebrew out of them. And then he taught your children Spanish, and then they don't remember their fathers, so they growing up with the impression that they're fucking Spanish people, man. So they thinking that because you ask certain Mexicans, they'll say they white, man. This Yashashkar, okay? Yashashkar, the so-called Mexicans. Okay, you actually think that you're Blanco. Okay, you think you're so-called white people, man, but you come from us, man. Your forefather Jacob was a dark brown-skinned man. Really, it's not about color, but you spawned from the nation of Israel, man, which is a nation of colored people, man. But you want to revere the so-called white man that's been killing you and imprisoning you, and got you imprisoned in your own land and extracting all your resources. But the Lord gonna keep reviving. He's gonna put a spirit of vengeance on your people, man. Okay, so by you even acknowledging that Christ is a so-called white man, is very disappointing in this day and age of 2013. You so-called Mexicans, man, either get it moving, man. Okay, you working all these 18 hours, all these hours all day for this system that's going down. But we know it's all set up in the spirit anyway. But the scripture said that they was gonna take their fucking gardening tools and make them into weapons and kill you damn Edomites, man. The Lord put that spirit, he put that death angel on people all day, man. So there ain't nothing for the Lord to just make a Issachar to say, you know what, fuck this job, man. And then carve that carve that hoe into a spear and put it through your wife. You know what I'm saying? You come home that afternoon and your wife is dead and your children is dead, man. And you talking about George did it. So that's what's coming to America, man. Okay, because your dollar is no value. Okay, your church deception ain't working because you ain't got enough homosexual men in there. You got a lot of homosexual men in there, but you got a lot of Issacharites and of other tribes, man. They not even going to no churches, really. The ones that's in there, they under that one Queen of Heaven spirit heavy. Okay, so but the ones that street dealers, man, when they can't eat, man, they gonna come after you. Okay, when they can't make their money and their daily runs or whatever they do in their hustles in the society, they coming after you, man. Okay, so you got a whole lot of confusion coming ahead, man. Okay, a whole lot of war, pain coming for America. And there's nothing you can do. It's imminent and it's unavoidable. Okay, inevitable.
I just better got some presets over there. All right.
Yeah, so
Go ahead. You got it.
Ecclesiastes 10 and 7. I have seen servants upon horses and princes walking as servants upon the earth.
And that's so true, man. We walking upon the earth and we're the princes, man. Israel means he's a prince of God, Yashar Allah. Yah, Shar, Prince, Allah, God. We're the princes of power. So we're walking as servants, man. We've been serving for over 500 years, man. Okay? And right now, we're in modernized slavery, man. Okay, number systems. We're in the system. We got to use this man's social security card, his birth certificate, okay, licenses. We got to get permissions. Okay, we got to be permitted to do things. Okay, and we get taxed like a motherfucker. So we're the servants here right now. And that's why Issachar is serving so hard. But who's on the horse right now? The so-called cracker, man, the white man. Okay, and he got the so-called other nations on ponies over us. He on a big horse and they on little ponies. And we on the ground, we walking, and we getting the crumbs and the scraps. But then you got these fucking clowns out here, these other of our own people, talking about the other nations going to make it, man. That's too good. How the hell you gonna be getting it in on this side and then come in the kingdom and sit beside us? That's a damn lie, man. And the nigga that's in that spirit, man, he gotta be destroyed. Okay? Because that should make you mad. If you was oppressed and you was wise, you'd be thinking like, the Lord ain't dealing that way. The Most High is the most intelligent being on the planet. You think he gonna deal a hand like that, even though he can do anything he want? Nah, these other nations is going to slavery. Okay? And what they got, their kingdom is raggedy, and that's a beautiful thing. I'm glad they got the worst kind of women ever in history. Okay? The worst type of people in history, man. All misinformed, uneducated, dumb as shit, man.
Yeah, so Luke 13 and 24. Strive to enter in at the straight gate.
Yeah.
For many, I say unto you, will seek to enter in and shall not be able.
Yeah, so we striving to go into that straight gate like the brother brought out earlier, that camel, man, trying to get into those two rocks and humble himself, man.
Yeah, and the other nations, they're not in the straight gate.
Yeah.
This is their world.
Yeah, this is
The elect are in the straight gate. The other nations, they're not in the straight gate.
We're in the difficulty. We're the prey. Okay, they preying upon us. Man. They preying on our ignorance. They prey on our women. They prey on our children. They prey on our men. Okay, they divide and conquer. They come and steal and kill everything. Steal our nationality, steal our heritage, left us with nothing, man. It's by the grace of the Lord that we woke up. Okay, we're the anomalies out here. It's a miracle. Okay, it basically is the Most High's will. Okay, you would look at it as astonishment that the brother brought out earlier. How we woke up, how we found this out. Okay, because the Most High had a remnant left behind that was not going to bow down to this bull stuff. And we going to realize that we in straits.
The Lord even said I still have yet 7,000 men that have not gone to lead out.
That's completion.
Exactly.